Welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about expand on our very limited code we've done so far by adding in some more. The first thing we're going to do is learn about comments. Now a comment is something that is not read as code but you can put in your code, and the way we do that in Roblox Studio is to start off with two minus signs, which are the ones next to the equal sign, and you can then type whatever you like. So this is a print statement. Okay, so this is like notes that you can keep in your code that remind you or tell you what certain things do, because you will start to write some code that takes up many lines, and when you write it, it works and you'll think it's brilliant, but then later when you come back to it, sometimes it's not as clear what that does. So if you add things like this to your code, then that will make it much easier for you to say, oh, that's right, that's how that works, and you can use it somewhere else. Or other people can work with it and they know what it does also. So we'll also comment out our code here at the moment so that we have nothing in here, and you can just turn that back on by removing the two dashes next to it when you want to. What we're going to talk about now is variables and data types. So all programming languages have some basic building blocks, and the main ones are variables. So you can think of variables as containers that hold pieces of information, and we declare a variable by using the word local to start with. So local defines our variable, and we're going to start off by declaring a string. So we'll say my string, and that's the name of our variable. So at the moment it's empty, it's a variable, but it's not equal to anything and doesn't hold anything. So let's type equals, and in the string we're going to say, hi, my name is Brandon, or whatever your name is. Alright, so this is a string and it holds characters in between these quotes, and as we saw up above here, we can print characters out like this. Underneath here we put print my string. Because this is a variable, we don't need to put the quotes in because all of that information is stored in this variable. So anything on the right side of an equal sign is stored into here. Okay, so it's called assigning to the variable. Now I'm saying this is a string. How do we know? Well, we can also put in here print and use a special method called type of. You'll notice that it's blue in here, and we can say my string. So what this is going to do is print out firstly what type of variable this is, data type, and then it'll print what's in here. So let's click on File and Save and play, and as you can see, it's a string, and then it actually prints out what the string is. Stop there, and we'll come back to our code. Alright, so let's have a look at some other data types while we're here. Alright, type in local again, and we'll say my integer equals, and an integer is a number. So if we type in 32, alright, we can do the same thing again, print type of my integer, and print my integer. Do a quick save. Let's see what that says. It's a number, 32. Alright. Now let's change this to 32.67. Save that, run it again. It's still a number. Alright, so Roblox referring to decimals as a number, it's an integer and it's a decimal, etc. Alright, there are other ways to define things so that they are whole numbers, etc., but we'll get to that a bit later. Right, next one is my Boolean, which equals true. So now Booleans are a special kind of data type. They can only ever be true or false. So nothing else will work if that's what you want to use this as. So a Boolean will only ever be true or false. So if we print type of my Boolean and print my Boolean, let's see what we get there. Alright, so it's telling us it is a Boolean and it's true. You'll find it'll be the same as if you put in false. If I change that to anything else, now if we put in here, say 1, it comes up as a number. Now sometimes you can say true or false based on whether it's 1 or 0. However, in this case we need to type true. Now you need to pay attention to the capitalization of these things as well. Okay, so typing in a capital T is not the same. Alright, it has to be small. And these are key words that are reserved. So red, blue, these are things you cannot use in the names of your variables or in your code unless they're being used specifically for what you want to use them for. Alright, so we've got 3 different kinds of data types here. We've got a string, we've got numbers, and we've got our Boolean. So you can make use of your comments by saying this is a number variable, and we can say down here this is a Boolean variable. Alright, so already we're starting to write a little bit of code here, and hopefully this is making sense to you as we move through, because we'll be making use of these things, and it's important that you understand when you use a data type, alright, what it's going to do. So in the next video we'll have a little bit more of a look at Booleans and how they work. So I'll see you there.